Hi everyone. I have a fun project for you today using the Lilac Dreams paper kit by Pink Monarch Prints. I'm a guest designer here. My name is Pam and I'm with Silver and Sparkles. So I hope you enjoy the video. If so, please go check out my YouTube channel as well. I'd really appreciate it. So thanks Anna and Elena for having me, and we're gonna do a fun what I call a journaling spot project. So these are, guys, I think they look beautiful. I really do, but they're so easy. You're gonna love this. So each one I chose to top and close and top with a vintage button, but I'm gonna give you a couple of alternatives if you don't have vintage buttons. But they have a flap, and then they just open up like this. Look at that. Now, I'm really having fun with the July Lilac Dreams papers, and I think that's neutral enough for me to write on or to collage or add some extra things to. But you could pick probably an even more neutral kind of paper if you know you have a hard time writing over pretty designs. So I did one with a close to a full-size sheet of paper. I'll give you the measurements. I did this little bitty one just because I thought sometimes I like smaller ones. Got a little butterfly there in the top, and used one of the more yellowy neutral papers there. And then on this one, I did it a little different. That's a really old button. I wanted to show you, you know, even if you have like maybe a half a sheet or close to a half a sheet left, you could do it with just the 3 folds instead of the 4. So I'll show you a couple of different measurements and ideas, but you really can make these any size, and they're fast and easy, depending on how much you choose to embellish it and sew on them and those types of things. So let's get started. So the papers, again, that I'm using, I just printed some of the full-size sheets that come in this kit, and I did it on both sides. And then, ooh, aren't those butterflies pretty? So when you print out the papers and you trim off the white, this is the size that's left, or at least on my printer when I did it. So it's right at 10 inches by 7 3/4 inches. So I'm gonna make our first one just with this full sheet and show you how that will work. So the first thing I do, now you could mark and score on a scoreboard, but I kind of just eyeball about how thick I want my spot to be and just fold the paper over. So try to get a nice straight fold, and then to make it easy for me to see, I kind of do a zigzag fold that's approximately the same size. Okay, so see, I do have a little bit of an overhang, but that's okay. And then same thing, I'm just gonna fold this one back, and you'll see, you know, they're not even, but the project is very forgiving. It doesn't matter. You're going to have lots of options here with how you're going to do this. Now, the next thing you want to decide is how thick do you want your flap that comes over the top. This one I made a little bit thicker. This one's thinner. This one, when I did it, it was kind of skinny, and then I added that butterfly at the bottom. So again, you really can't mess up, and it just depends on how wide you want that piece to be. So you can just kind of eyeball it and again fold it over really straight. If you want to, you could measure and score, however you want to do it. I'm just going to eyeball mine. And I know some of you like a lot of measurements, so I can tell you with my eyeball what that ended up being. That one ended up being right at 1.5 inches. Okay. Now, the key this time is going to be, we're going to cut out a section, and I choose to leave whichever section is the widest on the end. So see, this one is a little over 2.5 inches, and the last flap ended up only being like 2 1/8. Okay, so I'm going to leave this section here to be my flap. So to make this easier for you guys, I'm going to try to just show you, we're going to cut out these three. And that pencil probably isn't very dark, so I'm going to cut right along where I folded it and then right up. So all of this is going to be gone, okay? And to make it easier for all of us, including me, my eyeballs, to see that fold line, I'll just add a little distress ink. Okay, so I'm going to cut this section out. So I'm going to go right below the fold line just so that I don't leave that little flap of paper there. And just be as straight and neat as you can. And then, again, just to the right of that score line. All right, so you can save that for something else. I kind of scribbled on mine, but I'm sure I can find a use for that. All right, so now I like to kind of miter these a little bit and give it a little bit of an angle. So I just, you know, again, depending on how deep you want that to be, I did that one kind of skinny, but I like it skinny. Okay, there you go. Now you've got some decisions to make. Which do you want to be the inside and which do you want to be the outside of your journaling spot? And I do want the more neutral side on the inside. So it might be a little challenging to write on that, but I like these papers. I imagine for me, I will end up maybe writing some quotes, or if I want to do some words or notes on here, and then maybe on some more neutral paper and then even glue it in, more like a collage style. But you could go super neutral, you know, with the other side, or even leave it white. Okay, so that honestly is it. That is the basic construction. Now I am going to decorate this and make it look fabulous, and we'll add a button and it'll be super cute. So let me show you how to do that, and then we'll fold a few more sizes. So I did go ahead and go through my button collection, and I do happen to have a lot of, these are very vintagey old buttons. This one even has some aging. Didn't have a lot of purple, but I thought the blue looked pretty, and some of the pieces, the fussy cuts and the ephemera that come in this kit also bring in blue. So I thought the blues would look pretty, right? Depending on which paper. Of course, any kind of white or creamy one, that's a vintage. But a lot of people don't have vintage buttons. That's a vintage, like mother of pearl. So this is one that I just got, I believe, at Hobby Lobby. And it's a cute flower. And when you get these on sale, they're super inexpensive. And then this is just a wood button with a little crown on it that I thought also was cute. So if you don't have vintage buttons, you know, you can look and find other options out there. You can also just punch some circles and, you know, make a little faux button. There's lots of ideas that you could do. I think on this one, I kind of liked that crown. So honestly, all I do is then sew the button onto this flap right here. And because I want to take this one all the way through for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sew it on. The others, we probably won't spend as much time embellishing. I always use the button to help me know where to put that first hole. And there we go. And because this does have an image, I want to make sure I get it straight so that my crown's not crooked, but a crooked crown's okay too, I guess. I think there's a cute little meme or something online about adjust your crown and keep on going. So we'll see how my crown does today. Ugh. And of course, when I'm on camera, it's hard to sew a button. You know, it's just one of those things. All right, I usually go through like about three or four times. And when you're sewing on paper, I think this goes without being said, but I'll say it. You know, just be gentle. You know, if you pull too hard, you know, it'll pull right on through that paper. But I find they hold nice, and you just want to be careful. You can leave the not the string on the back showing. But I also, and I do have a little bit of crooked crown, isn't that funny? Also, one of the things that I like to do is sometimes punch a cute image or take one of the fussy cuts from the kit and just glue it on the back there. And there were so many little bits and bobs and things to choose from in this kit. Like, how cute, right? So I am gonna cover that up just for fun and put it on there because it just gives it a little bit of a finished look. But these are most likely going to end up in a junk journal, so you don't have to if you don't want to. Cute, right? Now, the front is the part, you know, that I usually spend time decorating. A few of these I added a little fussy cut or something on the inside and inked and all of that. But for our purposes, we're just going to worry about putting something cute and fun on the front. And again, like I said, this kit has some beautiful images and fun things we can layer on here. And I did not plan out my little mini collage that I'm gonna do, so we'll just have to take a moment and let me think. And we'll probably add, there's some words with this one that I really like. Ooh, look at that cute little chair, that little scene. That's fun and a little different. And one thing I will also say is a book page. Sometimes book page just makes everything come together. So I'm probably going to add a little piece of book page scrap that I have laying here on my desk. And let's see, what are some of the words? How about believe there is good? We'll use that one. All right. And I think something in a circle shape would be nice. Let me get out a circle punch, a little circle punch. I haven't cut all of the pieces out of the bits, the tidbits pages. There's quite a few pieces of ephemera, like I said, on the kit, in the kit. And it's just so much fun to have so many to choose from. Okay, let's see how that looks. And I haven't done inking. I'll do just a touch. I won't spend a lot of time on that. But if you do like distress inking your projects, it can make things stand out just a little more. I'm gonna tear off this part here. A little more of an edge. All right, and that's all I'm gonna do. We'll just glue these down. And like I said, it's an easy project. I've even done these kind of like a mass make where, there we go. And then we'll add the little circle somewhere. You know, because they just fold together so quickly, and you really can use any rectangular size paper that you have to make these. And so you know, if you print a lot or you have extra scrapbook paper, those types of things, and then you just use like a partial of a piece of paper, and my scrap bin looks like that a lot. I have tiny scraps, and then I have some of these larger pieces. It would be a great way to just kind of work through those. All right, I hope this came together okay. All right, I like it. I could have picked something with some black in it, and there are some pieces in the kit because I used that black, the button with the black on it. So I'm going to add this that has a little bit darker just to maybe bring it together a touch better. Okay, I love it. And then I'm just using this really skinny, it's 100 millimeter, or it says, I think. Or is this 100 meters? I'm not sure what size. It's tiny compared to, let me show you, a lot of natural like twine and stuff is this thicker. This one's really skinny. And it's kind of been my go-to lately. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm enjoying it. You could use a ribbon, you could use baker's twine, all kinds of things. And normally, just to make it easier for the user, I will go ahead and tie one end under that button. Again, being careful not to pull through the paper, and trim that off pretty short so you know that's not really the one you're gonna grab. And then I'll go ahead and wrap it around maybe just a couple of times. And I like to leave the tail long initially. I can always cut it shorter, but that way, if I need to rethink what I've done, I've got a little bit of extra to play with. Isn't that cute? I'm really happy with that one. I love this purple. And again, I'll probably go back later and do some more inking to kind of bring out the edges a little. Okay, so there's one. And then let me show you with some different size papers, again, how these come together. So the other one I wanted to show you is this is like, it's not quite a half a sheet, but again, it's that 7 3/4. And then this one is almost 6 3/4. So again, this one, instead of having it open up 4, I'm going to fold it so that it opens up 3 times. So we'll just do this one like this. And again, I just kind of eyeballed about approximately the width I wanted it to be. The folds ended up being about 2.5 inches, a little bit more than 2.5 inches. Isn't that sweet? And again, I want to have, and I kind of wish I didn't have partial butterflies here. I think I'm going to make this one skinnier, and then maybe we'll add something across the top of the flap. Okay, and these are all about the same size. So I'm going to leave this section this time. Just making a decision. It really doesn't matter unless it's like much more narrow on one flap. And then you might want to be careful about which one you choose. Okay, again, I'm just cutting out these first 2 sections because this one's only 3 sections. I'm going right to that fold line and then up, and we'll save that for something else. I'm gonna miter these to give them a little bit of an edge. Oh, okay. And then let's see what it looks like. Cute, right? Look at those pretty butterflies. Now this might be nice if we had some kind of like a contrast. I might even grab a piece of the herringbone. I don't know. What do I want? The other thing we could do is there are some cute butterflies that came with the kit. How about a circle with a butterfly? Maybe that will work. Let me think what I have on hand that we can punch a circle out of. I have some more papers from this kit cut out, and so are printed out that I used on some other projects. So let me see if I have anything. Ooh, this is the strip actually from the paper. So if you didn't have the fussy cut that one ready, you could even pick one of the butterflies. Maybe we'll do that. One of the butterflies from this page. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like. We'll see. I didn't plan ahead how I was going to decorate these. And this one I'm not going to spend a lot of time decorating, but we'll do a little bit. All right, now what'll be cute here is having this butterfly. I might even back it, you know. This paper isn't big enough for the circle size that I have, but it might look nice to have something behind it. And then bring it down a little, and then maybe one of my little bitty buttons. Wouldn't that be cute? Or a little bit larger one, maybe that one. So you get the idea. You can just start fiddling with it. The other thing that I think on this one that would be really cute is to take some of the numbers maybe, and decorate the front with that. And I just kind of start collaging and playing with them. And I just came up with another idea for a closure if you don't have buttons. So let's play with that for a second. I'm going to go ahead and attach this circle to the flap like this. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. All right. So I'm only putting glue on a portion of the circle. It's going to be right here. All right, and then we are going to take our twine, and I am going to punch another circle, a little bit smaller. And we'll use this purple. And I'm going to, I really don't want this to pull loose, so I'm going to use a glue dot right here to help just a little, and then we'll use our wet white glue. But I'm just going to stick my twine to that glue dot, which is super sticky, and then we're going to sandwich it in here with a circle like that. Look at that, how cute. And once that dries really well, we're going to do this, and we're going to wrap it around. And then you can just tie a little knot, and this will keep you, if you don't have a button, another idea for a closure. And then just kind of slide it up under there like that. Just kind of twist it around. See how cute? And it still holds it closed. And then when you're ready to open it, you can just find the end and undo it. How sweet. And then it opens this way. Okay, so we'll stop that one there. Just tuck it in there a couple of times. I wouldn't twist it too much, but there you go. All right, so we made two. And then the last one was just, again, showing you that you can make a shorter one. So this one is a 6.5 inch by the 10 inch. Same process. We'll just fold it and then we'll stop. So decide on a width so it's easy to see. I kind of just do that accordion style fold to get me going. And then again, you'll decide how you want to do it. And this one, I would like, whoa. I'm gonna do it this way and let that be the outside. So all you have to do here is, again, decide how thick you want your flap to be. And then cut out the 3 sections. And see how quick you can do these once you get going and you know what you're doing? They come together super fast and easy. And I think they look great. These would be fun to give as a Happy Mail too, wouldn't they? I think so. So again, we can decorate it and get it going. All right, I hope you guys liked these. Thanks, Ann and Elena, for having me. I love the July Lilac Dreams kit. So much fun. So thanks, everybody. Until next time, have a great day.